So I'm going to do a quick video about photons. They don't exist. Photons are nonsense. They're absurd, imaginary, fantasy particles. And if you go on, I actually just looked at the Wikipedia for photons, and I was reading it, and it was the most incoherent, stupidest shit you could ever read. And the way that the scientific community they like to obfuscate. The way that they make you feel stupid is by using words that no one else uses, specialized language. But it doesn't mean anything. And really, you don't have to understand what they're saying. You just have to understand what light is and what it is not. Light is a vibration. You can measure its frequency, its wavelength, its amplitude, and in that sense, it is, well, not in a sense at all. Really, it's exactly like sound. Sound is a vibration. Sound is a frequency. And I hope this guy with the speaker isn't going to ruin my shit. Sound is a vibration. When I speak to you, when I'm speaking right now, do you think particles are coming out of my mouth? I mean, okay, yes, some particles. Do you think there are sound particles coming out of that truck? No, he's just vibrating the air. Light is the same thing. It's just much, much higher frequency. And we use different organs to perceive it, so we think of it as a different thing. It's not different. There's no difference between light and sound, just the frequency. So, if there's no difference, if there's no phonons, if there's no sound particles, there's no light particles. Let that sink in. Light needs something to vibrate, or it can't get from one place to another. Space, which brings me to another point. I'm done with photons aren't real. I've already crushed photons. Now I need to crush outer space. Outer space is nothing. Space is nothing by definition. It lacks properties. It lacks mass. It lacks material. Space is nothing. Therefore, it cannot possibly be what is out there. Because if there are lights out there, and the light is getting to us, it needs to be vibrating something. Take a look at a close-up of stars sometime, and tell me if you think it looks more like a big ball of gas, or maybe some other kind of light in water. You can see waves going across the surface of stars if you zoom in on them. They're not what we're being told. I don't know what they are, but they're not what we're being told, and they're not as far away as what we're being told either. And I wouldn't say most importantly, but most pertinently to this conversation about photons, they aren't emitting particles. They are vibrating something. I would bet my life on this. I would bet everything I own that there's no such thing as a photon. It does not make any sense. Imagine you're in a lake, okay? And you're flapping your arms, and the waves are going across to the edge of the lake. Are you emitting anything? Is anything coming out of you materially? No. You're just vibrating the medium in which you are suspended. It's that simple. That's what I'm doing when I speak. That's what lights are doing when they shine light. There aren't little tiny particles that are coming into your eye. And if you read the Wikipedia, it makes no sense They literally say the particle has no mass. If that's a contradiction in terms. There can't be a particle with no mass. Particles are massive by definition. They're made of matter. They have to have mass. Anyway, that's my beef with photons. And you know what? In case you didn't know, Einstein was an idiot, a plagiarist, misogynist, racist. And I'm talking about like actual racism and actual misogyny, not like how people just throw it out flippantly for no reason when you're not being a misogynist or when you're just saying like men and women are different, like that's misogyny these days. No, I'm talking about real misogyny and real racism and plagiarism and insanity, fantasy. Tesla said that Einstein, Nikola Tesla, I'm sure you probably know who that is, hopefully. He said that Tesla, or that Einstein's relativity was a mathematical garb. What did he say exactly? Hold on, I'm getting the words wrong. He said it was like an emperor that clothed in purple that people mistake for a king. Basically, he's saying that Einstein is just fooling people who don't know better that he's smart. He's like the emperor with no clothes. And most people don't know better. They believe in the invisible clothes. So they don't say, "Oh, you don't have any clothes. What you're saying doesn't make any sense." But Tesla was like, "No, this motherfucker is not wearing any clothes." Or his purple, he might be wearing purple, but he's not a king. Something like that. And the reason I even thought of that is because I guess Einstein, I don't know if he was the first to postulate the photon, but a lot of his work depended on the existence of a photon. Yeah, you pick up that shit. I don't know why I had to say that. But, alright. I guess that's everything for photons. Hope you're having a good day. Talk to you later.